My name is Jesse, and I work with small businesses in the government marketplace. You're listening to FedBiz'5, where you get informed, get connected, and get results on everything government contracting. Hello, and welcome to another episode of FedBiz'5. Anthony is here. How's it going, Anthony?
Pretty well, thanks. Thanks for asking.
He is with us today to talk about Multiple Award IDIQ Contracts. So let's go ahead and jump right in. What are IDIQ contracts?
And an IDIQ means Indefinite Delivery, Indefinite Quantity. In other words, they know they're going to want goods or services. They don't know how much and they don't know when. So that's an IDIQ. Now, an IDIQ is always posted, and an IDIQ is like the first day of high school, right? And you walk through the door and there's a poster up that says they want everybody to try out for the basketball team. That would be the IDIQ solicitation. Some people will go to try out and some people won't. Well, those are the people that respond to the IDIQ or the ones that go to the tryout. Now, after the tryout, some people will make it on the team and some people won't. Some people will get on the IDIQ and some people won't. Now, an IDIQ will typically have this is a $5 million contract. But each member of that team will be sometimes guaranteed a certain amount, $50,000. And these are just arbitrary figures, by the way. So they might be, they might be offered $50,000 just for getting on the team. Now, there's a big spread between that money, everybody getting $50,000 to get to the $5 million. The way it's determined on whether you get how much of that $5 million you get is you competing for court time with the other people on the IDIQ. So it might be based on the services you provide. It might be based on the fact that you're just easier to work with. It might be based on your pricing. It could be any number of things, but you are, for the duration of that contract, you are competing for court time. When the contract ends and it gets recompeted, well, another IDIQ comes out. Some people may stay on the team, some people will not be on the team, and the process starts all over again. All right, so that's a typical IDIQ.
Okay, so good analogy, by the way, but correct me if I'm wrong. A multiple award IDIQ contract is basically pre-competed, meaning they are taken to bid before specific projects have been identified, right?
Right.
So that would mean businesses that pre-compete and are selected for the IDIQ are the only companies with an opportunity to participate in that particular contract for an agency's recurring needs.
Right, so it does make you a preferred vendor with the federal government. Government buyer can theoretically go in, look up the information that they're looking for, find your company, look at your pricing, say, okay, you're the guy or gal, and purchase from you.
All right. Now I have a better understanding, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us again today.
All righty. Thanks, Jesse.
You got it. But before we go, FedBiz Access has an offer exclusively for our FedBiz'5 podcast listeners. Test drive the Market Intel database free for 30 days. Just visit FedBizAccess.com/market-intel and use coupon code INTEL30 at checkout. That's INTEL30. The Market Intel database is your subscribed insight to buyers and competitors, giving you the FedBiz advantage to win government awards. Today's podcast is sponsored by FedBiz Access, government contracting made simple. Visit them at FedBizAccess.com or contact them at 888-299-4498.